Well, it's time to rake that hay. I'm going to use the V-rake, pull two windrows into one. Works really good with round baling that way. So I'll try to find a place to set this camera up. And right now, if you look, you go forward. When I was heading in the other video, it doesn't pass the hay to the next one. Switching it over is pretty simple. Ta-da! Now each wheel passes it to the next and we'll rake it up. Let's go hit the field. I might be going just a little wide. Get some wear in the brake. I may need to readjust it. Well, it drives like two rows, but you pick it up like one. You don't have to weave with your round baler. It works great. Definitely rakes them up better when you got some volume. It doesn't take long. Well, it only took about an hour to rake up the two fields. It's somewhere around 11 acres or so. Stuff's pretty close as it is, and it's pretty much noon right now. A little toughness in spots, but it's supposed to get up to 87. The sun's supposed to stay out, so even with high humidity, I think this stuff should finish up drying all right. See, leaves are already pretty dry. There's some toughness in the stems. But I was going to point out, I guess I should have waited for my knives to show up, because you see where the rake was doing a lot better job. This over here is where with the old knives on, you can see, hopefully see some stems sticking up. And this pass was with the new knives, and nice and clean. And the rake just rolled it better together better. Wasn't fighting those little stems and stuff. Seems like these just didn't roll together quite as tight. So I guess being a farmer, wanted to get something done when I really should have just waited until UPS showed up. I knew they were coming that day. Live and learn. We'll be baling in just a few hours here. Let it sit out here in the sun and finish drying out. Somebody's got to move the wagons to the field. Might as well be the 1955. It's kind of the easiest one to get to. Just been sitting in the shop for a place to sit, and now we're moving hay stuff around. There's room in the other part of the barn for it. So after this I can put it over there, or by the end of the day. Plus it's cool. It's 2:30. And oh, this stuff is dried right out. Stems are snapping. I think we're ready to roll. Bottom side even feels good. Let's make some hay. Making hay. Thank you, America. The joys of living along a main road like this. Anybody for some fries? Maybe a drink. Nice. Let's check these out. See how they feel. They feel pretty good. Couple of tough stems here and there. Overall, nice and dry. I think I'll get going. This is going to be some of the wettest stuff right here. Just the alfalfa so thick. Oh, look. A bottle full of yellow liquid. Put that up closer to the road. Ain't carrying that around with me. Make some more hay. First, pulling two twin-foot windrows together, makes a lot of hay. You can also see how it's pulling one side of the wagon. A lot of this don't show up on the video as good, but there's a side hill here. So it's making that kick to the side. Hopefully you can hear me. drawbar that helps keep that aim towards the wagon. This is my speed control here. It's just a variable speed. Speeds up the thrower so it throws farther. You don't want it on high when you're going around a corner. It'll shoot them over the edge of the wagon. That looks close enough to being a load. What do we have? 106 on there. And it didn't miss a knot. I don't know what was going on yesterday, but she's behaving well today. That's what steers it towards the wagon. Looks good. Feels good. Can't argue with that. Let's go get the other wagon and fill it up. Yeah, I think full enough. Let's see what the counter says. 203, so we had 160 the other, so we're at 97 in this one. She's pretty full. Yeah, just I'm proud to say she did not miss a knot this time. I don't know what was going on yesterday. It did switch balls of twine. Maybe there was a ball of twine in there. It wasn't up to snuff. Some of this, well, this is twine I've had on hand since the dealership closed in 98, so it's been in a cool, dry place, but it doesn't last forever either. It doesn't last forever either. But now we can go round bale. I just remembered why the knotters worked without any problem. I brought wrenches just in case. And when you're prepared, things don't go wrong, I guess. On to round baling. Got the White American 80 with cab and air conditioning, which is working very nicely. This one's a 1990. We had it on the lot, and when AGCO sent word that they were discontinuing the American series, Dad pulled it off the lot, and the farm bought it. We sold our white 2-1-35, and it took its place. We weren't doing, basically we were just making hay with the 2-1-35, so this definitely could take its place, and I'm glad Dad did that. Round baling with a Gehl 1475. I think this one's about a 93. Checking my bale. Moisture seems good and it seems nice and tight. First roll of the year. Let's go make some more. Cummins engine, turbocharged. Rear end is basically a 1655. Still open center hydraulics, but they moved the hydraulic pump up onto the engine instead of back in the rear end like it was on the 1655. Oh, basically the white cab. Actual hours. Oh, it does sound like it could use just a little bit of air conditioning stuff. It's getting where it needs a cab kit. It's still the original one, all the original paint. It's a little dirty right now. It shines up nice when it's washed. Come on, one bale. Like to start rolling. It's really grassy, which it was right there in that low spot. As you can see, if I can drive straight. Got my windrow about the width of the pickup with the bulk of the material at the outside edges. Makes for a nice round bale. You don't have to weave. The middle takes care of itself. Had the 3-speed power shift, the over and under, but they made it electrically controlled. This little toggle switch down here. Shift lever is still on the floor. I know some people don't like that because it don't bother me that much. You could get these in your choice of silver, red, yellow, and green. The silver and green comprising the largest portion. Red and yellow ones are pretty hard to find. Red Cockshut and Minneapolis Mooling in yellow. Of course, green representing Oliver. That's the only way Dad would order them in. We did sell a couple of silver ones that we transferred in from other dealers. But any that we ordered, they were green. There's a bale. This is twine tie. I don't have net wrap. I did try one out, one of Gehl's first net wraps they sent to us, and they said go ahead and use it. See if you can find any bugs. And the first bale it wrapped, I had to get out and verify that it was wrapped. It just took a couple of seconds and it was wrapped, and I'm like, there's no way. I wasn't going to dump it until I saw a wrap on it. Got out. So, oh boy, the wrap is nice, if nothing else, for the speed. And this one could be retrofitted. See if I can dump it not at the end of a windrow here. Fourth overdrive now. I'm not running wide open. Gehl didn't even recommend that on these. They said to make a nicer bale and do just as good of a job if you throttle back a little bit. I got the hat. Took this to the HBOSA Summer Show when it was at the Kalamazoo Valley Antique Tractor Club show at the Gilmore Car Museum. If you exhibited, you got a free hat. We actually drove this one all the way there, 48 miles one way. Drove it back. It's that and several others. Well, I got all that hay made. 203 square bales and 21 round bales. Now to just put everything away. I see there's storms in Wisconsin heading this way. Whether they'll make it across Lake Michigan or not. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks everybody for watching.